Hello and welcome everyone to Mini Music Monday, the musical subsidiary of the Raw Impressions podcast. My name is Lou Barlow. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. My partner, Adelle, is in Greenfield, Massachusetts. Adelle?
Hi, everyone. Good day. Yes, I'm here in Greenfield. It's a sunny day. It's supposed to be a scorcher. Not sure if I'm going to take Izzy swimming after she's done with camp, but possibly. What's the weather like there?
Well, there's not a cloud in the sky here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Does it get muggy there?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, you love muggy.
I really like the summer. I like stifling heat. I dislike air conditioning. When I walk into a hotel room, I immediately turn off the air conditioning, which I did here. And it's still cold here because the entire building, of course, the windows don't open. We all have one little vent. The air from the outside in each of these rooms. It's still cold in here.
Yeah.
Just from the being surrounded by air conditioning. I've been in the room for 20 hours.
You're speaking quicker today.
Well, I would like to apologize to all of our happy birthday people, the birthday episode people. I didn't realize it, but I was very, very stoned when we recorded our happy birthday episode. And because it was my day off yesterday. Days off on tour have like a ritual. Like I get into the hotel room. If I have cannabis, I will consume it. And a lot of it. Which I don't do all the time. I don't do it at home so much anymore. Oh man, I've been through a lot of phases in my life. But I found, and one thing I did find was doing the podcast while high on cannabis was actually problematic because I don't complete my sentences. Yeah. There's a lot of ideas converging. I like my imagination kind of taking over for a while. It's a nice brain break. And I've been working pretty hard. So I figure I deserve it. I walk into a day off on tour figuring that I deserve whatever I deserve this.
I've earned this.
On my own. I deserve to be alone. I'm not leaving. I'm not going to talk to anybody but you.
Yay.
And I really immerse myself in that. But it doesn't really work with podcasting. Speaking to a microphone articulately is not something that happens when I'm high. And I've learned this over the 2.5 years that we've been doing the podcast. This is something I've learned, and I have stopped really doing podcasts high, except for our last episode. Happy birthday episode.
For all those July babies, there were so many too.
There was so many.
Well, that's just how life goes. You learn these lessons just when you learn them, or you just
slowly.
Or I don't know if you learn them, you live them again. Does learning mean that you then do something different and then, or I don't know.
Well, I have a song called Repeat.
Yeah, that's true.
Learn, repeat. Learn, repeat.
Yeah.
And maybe eventually you learn.
Can I tell you something?
Please, I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. It's great. I love it. I love hearing your voice. And so what I was going to say is you were talking about how you use cannabis to kind of like immerse yourself into thoughts, right? And to kind of maybe get your brain going, right? Is that what you're talking about? Like kind of creatively stimulate yourself? Would that be accurate or?
I feel like there's an alignment that happens.
Okay.
Like where I really do relax when I'm alone.
But does it give you ideas? Like, or do you feel like, not that it gives you, but it makes you like more available to receive things? Does that make sense? Or
it does.
Okay.
I think it does. Although that too could be sort of a fiction that I've created around
Sure, that's true. A story that you're like, I've developed this story and I believe it now and I'm going to live it. And okay. Yeah.
That would be, but there was, not to get too in depth or too recovery speak, because I'm not in recovery, but something like alcohol, I had a story that alcohol made it easier for me to talk to people.
Sure.
But ultimately, as my life has progressed, I realized that it actually makes things more difficult. I want to say now, this is Mini Music Monday.
This is Mini Music Monday. Let's wrap it up. Let's back it up, wrap it up. Let's get to the song.
So, last time on Tiny Tunes Tuesday, I covered a Billy Joel song, Just the Way You Are. And in the course of the episode, I mentioned Tom Sharpling.
Yes.
The Best Show. As an acquaintance of mine.
Best show ever?
And I think it's just called Best Show.
Best Show. Sorry.
I think
Best my
so.
ever. Who knows? Best Show.
Began as a radio show on WFMU.
Okay.
With he and John Worster. Doing skits, and it was a long time ago, but
that's cute.
But Tom I've known for a very long time because he wrote a fanzine. Anyway, so I mentioned him in the Billy Joel during the course of the Billy Joel 10cc Tiny Tunes Tuesday, because he really hates Billy Joel. And he texted me after the episode aired and said that it's not that he hates, and say I sort of insinuate that Tom does not like Billy Joel's songs in the episode. But actually,
okay,
it's that Tom feels that Billy Joel is more cringe.
The person, who he is?
Billy Joel, the man, the myth, the subject of a recent documentary series.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. There's so much in the world, guys. I can't keep up with everything.
I covered that song. I didn't realize I tapped into something deeper because you got some paint in the Barlow family store that was called New York State of Mind, right?
Yes,
that is a Billy Joel song.
And I told you that, and you didn't know that. That was also cool, right?
So also, I'm out in the crowd. I was out in the crowd in Asbury Park, and two guys were talking about Billy Joel.
Amazing.
And then I was visiting my sister. She starts talking about Billy Joel.
Incredible. Okay.
Tom texts me.
Sure.
So we have this kind of like text. One or two times a year, we will text each other for about.
You have a flurry,
10
right?
minutes. We have a flurry. We do little flurries like here times a year. And so we had a little Billy Joel flurry. And we started talking about piano players and how people are just dedicated piano players, but that's all they're kind of cheesy. They're kind of cringe. Whereas people who are multi-instrumentalists, like everybody else, like Neil Young and Joni Mitchell, they're not really cringe. But people who are because the piano has such a history, it's so tied to like Broadway and like really lyrical songs and flights of fancy. There's a real showbiz aspect to people who just play the piano. That's a generalization that we had. But Tom said, oh, wait a minute. There is an example of Billy Joel playing guitar. And it's the Matter of Trust video from 1986. And he sent me a link. And then he and I think, watched the whole video sort of together.
Yeah. Like, is that in tandem or?
Sort of in tandem watch. And in the course of it, we texted each other like, hey, this song isn't so bad. And I said, gosh, I think I got to cover this song, Matter of Trust, from the Bridge album in 1986. Okay, so then I realized that I am down the Joel hole.
Oh.
And Tom seemed excited about this, that I was going down the Joel hole. He said, I look forward to you covering another song.
Hairy.
I'm paraphrasing. The Joel hole. Most likely hairy.
Gross, I know. Sorry. I couldn't help it. That's what I thought of. I was like, he looks like a hairy guy, but he has like curly hairs around his butthole. I'm sorry. I said
no doubt.
that.
So So the other day, on my first day off on the tour, which we did not podcast,
No.
but what I did do is I spent the whole day learning Matter of Trust by Billy Joel. And I'm going to play it for you.
Please do. I'm fucking
Let's just get this
excited.
song commencing in 3 Joel holes. Joel hole. Joel hole. Joel hole.
Some love is just a lie of the heart, the cold remains of what began with the passionate start. You may not want it to end, but it will, it's just a question of when. I've lived long enough to have learned, the closer you get to the fire, the more you get burned. But that won't happen to us, 'cause it's always been a matter of trust. It's hard when you're always afraid. You just recover when another belief is betrayed. So break my heart if you must. It's a matter of trust. You can go the distance with too much resistance. I know you have your doubts, but for God's sakes don't shut me out. This time you got nothing to lose. You can take it, you can leave it, whatever you choose. I won't hold back anything. I'll walk away a fool or a king. Some love is just a lie of the mind. It's make-believe until it's only a matter of time. Some might have learned to adjust, but then it never was a matter of trust. I'm sure you're aware, love, we've both had our share of believing too long when the whole situation was wrong. Some love is just a lie of the soul, a constant battle for the ultimate state of control. After you've heard lie upon lie, there can hardly be a question why.
I have things to say. Number one, and I told you this like in our real life, I think not recorded, but that I had a greatest hits Billy Joel's cassette tape when I was little. And like, didn't I tell you that? Or did I tell you that?
No.
Oh, maybe I forgot to tell you that. But when I was little, a young girl, like maybe second or third grade or something, like Izzy's age, kind of, I, was listening to all my music on cassette tapes, on boom boxes in my bedroom. This was, I think, pre-CD even, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have a CD player yet, but whatever. And I had a Billy Joel's greatest hits cassette tape, and I loved it. And I played like the shit out of it. All right. And I haven't heard that song that was literally like pulling my youth out when I just heard it now. And I loved that song, actually. It's funny that you guys had that moment with that song, because I forgot how much I loved that song. And I have to keep saying that I loved it then and I love it now. And this is connecting to, I have been listening to the Really Insane compilation, the Lou Barlow Really Insane one, because I was like, I've never listened to this. And this is my honey bunny. I should learn about him. I've been listening to it, Yeah.
That you probably
it's totally
familiar with.
So much of it's totally new to me. And that recording of it kind of was interesting. It sort of brought me into that feeling of that.
Yeah, I wanted to make it sound like a Lou Barlow song.
It does.
Really big. I wanted to make
it actually sounds like a Lou Barlow song. Even the lyrics do.
This is what happened when I covered it. Because when I listened to the original version, I was like, the original version it's a tough ride because the production is very 80s and it's very, and his delivery is so strident and like, ooh, and it's, when you really pick the lyrics apart, it's dark. Actually, it's really not a optimistic song about love. It's pretty dark. And I had a realization recently. I was listening to one of my old records because I do that when I'm working on projects. John Davis and I were working on, and the lead up and surrounding it, I will sometimes try to put my things into perspective by listening to some of my old work. And I listened to songs from Lubicore record, and I was shocked at how dark it was. Like really dark and really negative and strident in its own way. So when I immersed myself in this Billy song, and at first I thought, oh, this is actually going to be much, much, much harder than I imagined because of the phrasing of the words. But then I started to do it, and it came out completely naturally. And I was like, whoa, I found like there is this thing about Billy, which makes him, it's the edge of cringe because he takes himself so seriously in some of his songs, or many of his songs, which I've struggled with myself. Like a lot of my songs really are very serious. And I felt a bond when I was down my Joel hole. When I went down that Joel hole, I found myself.
We're closing
myself in
this
that
is
song.
Incredible.
It was, I realized it's like all journeys start, and you're like, where is this going and why? I often feel that way when I work on things for the podcast, like, why? Who really wants to hear, a meticulous reconstruction of The Streak, a novelty song from the 70s? Who really wants to hear that? Who wants to hear a commercial, someone recreate a commercial, a toy commercial? There's a lot of things that I've done for this podcast that are real head scratchers, but I do it. It's part of my journey. And I didn't know that the Joel hole was my journey. But when I did Matter of Trust, I was like, this is now feeling so familiar. And it sounds a lot like a song of mine called Act of Faith.
I love that song.
Matter of Trust. Act of Faith sounds like it could be a fucking Billy Joel song. Yeah, I think he also has a song called Keeping the Faith. But Act of Faith actually sounds...
I have chills.
So when I converted it to the strumming style, my own rollicking kind of sea chanty strumming style that often accompanies many of my... a lot of my very overly serious work. But I found a real kinship with Billy when I covered this song.
I'm just loving all of this, and I feel like I don't know if I'm ready to let Billy go. We might have to keep him present somehow. I'm not sure how yet, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to let him go.
The world around me is what pushed me forward. And then Tom Sharpling texting me about this and us having a little conversation about Billy. And then, but I think it was important for him to tell me that he did actually respect Billy's songwriting. It's just that he thinks Billy is intolerable.
So is Tom from the East Coast? Okay.
Oh yeah, he's from New Jersey.
I think that there is a thing where it's very difficult for people who are from the East Coast. This is a wide generalization.
Watch yourself.
They tend to view sincerity and effort that's like notable as cringe. Right? Like you can't let people actually know you're trying too hard.
Well, I learned that lesson when I moved to Massachusetts at the age of 12. So I came from Michigan, in the Midwest, a lot of earnest.
That's what I mean.
Earnest
This
enthusiasm.
earnestness, this like.
You get to. I got to Massachusetts and was like.
So isn't Billy Joel though where's he from? New Jersey, or where is he from?
New York, New Jersey. He's from there.
So it's
He's
interesting because even though he is East Coast, he is deeply. I guess Billy Joel to me has a desperation about it.
Well, ironically, a lot of the art that does come, let's make another sweeping generalization.
Do.
A lot of the artists that do come from New York and actually are very, very intense and very earnest. Like even Lou Reed, there's no like California, like there's none of that. There's none of the, canyon vibes. There's no canyon vibes in music that comes from New York. And even the rap, the rap. Like you can compare
Jay-Z or something.
Like Biggie Smalls, Jay-Z to
Tupac,
Snoop and the West Coast crew. I don't know about Tupac.
California is like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, but that's a Dr. Dre production. Okay. Dr. Dre, his production style, the openness of it, the playfulness, as if you A/B that with what Biggie Smalls and Jay-Z were doing, that stuff was dark, like really early Biggie Smalls. I mean, dark, like beautiful fucking soundscapes, but dark. Public Enemy.
But I want to circle back to this idea that you're talking about, like Billy Joel being earnest and East Coast, they really find that cringe. So I'm kind of like impressed that I bet it's like against their nature to be so earnest with their art. Do you know what I'm saying? In this environment, because they are East Coast. So maybe that's where that little edge comes in, like the Lou Reed, the Billy Joel. Is that where the edge comes in? Because like they're fighting against their own sincerity, their own earnestness, but they can't help but be earnest. Maybe they feel like, oh God, I'm being so fucking earnest and I can't help myself, but I know that's cringe. Oh God, but I have to. But so it's like this push and pull. I don't know.
That was the way I felt. I
that's
knew
how
that
you
when
feel.
I was first writing.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, this is.
I had to really push myself to just go, look, my impulse is total honesty, and total like transparency, honesty. And I kind of found myself compelled towards the cringe. Like I wanted people when listening to the music to go, oh God, this is making me uncomfortable. I actually wanted that. So maybe that's something too, is that Billy and they're compelled, they want to take people, they're like, maybe that's the East Coast, like really wanting to bring people to the edge. Like I'm going to bring you to the edge.
Actually, so maybe you were maybe more confident than you even gave yourself credit for.
I love writing and playing. So when I enter that zone, and oftentimes with the assistance of cannabis, it would like bring me to that place, that kind of apocalyptic place where the mind must speak its truth. And then you lay it to music and there is an aggression behind it. So I think with Billy, like it is a very honest song, but there is also what makes him interesting as a songwriter for me is there is an aggression.
Totally. Yeah.
Kind of like it. And I think as what you're saying, like you're saying, well, the East Coast has such a, you're saying that has
it's
that vibe.
It's not welcoming for people who are like, look at me, I'm trying hard.
I think we found the real link that how someone who lives in a culture where the culture is so, suspicious of cringe and earnestness can also create the most cringe-worthy, earnest music. I think that we've sort of
well, on that note, we should wrap up this not so many music.
Joel Ho.
Raw impressions.